Hi students, hope you all are doing good. We will continue the second chapter, electric potential and capacitance. Okay, so let me just brush up. Okay, let me just remind you of whatever we have done. So we introduced the concept of potential, electrostatic potential at a point P, let us say. So this is basically work done to bring unit charge, 1 coulomb charge from infinity to this point. Okay, so if you want to bring q charge, then what work we have to do? Work done to bring q charge, not 1 coulomb charge. So this is work done to bring, potential means work done to bring 1 coulomb charge. So this is electrostatic potential, or you can say electric potential also. So this is work done to bring 1 coulomb charge. What will be work done to bring q coulomb charge? That will be q into V2. And this work done from infinity to P is what we say potential energy of this charge in the field. In the field means at that point. Because that point should be in some field of which charge? Source charge. Okay. So for example, let us say I have one charge Q1. Okay, then you know at a distance R, the potential V is equals to how much? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R. Right? So this is the potential at this point due to the source charge Q1. Now, if you bring another charge from infinity to this point, keeping this fixed, remember, the source charge should be kept fixed. So if I keep here another charge Q2, then the work done to bring Q2 will be nothing but the potential energy of this system, and that will be Q2 into V, right? Using this definition. Right, I am bringing q2 right from infinity to this point. If I substitute this potential, what will I get? Substitute this v here, what will you get? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r. So this is the potential energy between 2 point charges q1 and q2, or you can say potential energy of the system consisting of 2 point charges. If there are more than 2 point charges, then what you should do, I told, then you count for how many pairs are there, pairs, right? So for each pair you write this formula and then add all of them. That will be the total potential energy of the system. Now this is work done to bring q charge from infinity to that point P. Let us say I want to, this is from infinity to P. Let us say I want to calculate work done from A to B. Then it is the charge which you bring, potential at B minus potential at A. See, these two are related, students. How you look here? Suppose I write here infinity and then I write here P. Then what I should do? Here I should write Vp. Here I should write, tell me, V infinity. But infinity has been chosen as reference of potential. Matlab, at infinity, potential energy is 0, or you can say potential is 0. So this is 0. Then what will you get? Q into Vp. Right? Sorry. Q into Vp. And this work done you can also write in the form of integral. Integral of E dr from infinity to P. Minus sign means you are moving against the field. Okay, against the field of the source charge. So there must be some source charge to remember. If this source charge is not there, then why will I do work to bring this charge? It's like saying if earth is not there, why will I do work to move the duster? Newton's first law says if you do foo also, it will go by itself uniformly. Okay, na? So you don't have to do work if there was no field. Okay, in the case of earth we say gravitational field, in this case we say electric field. Now students, if you remember, I calculated potential for different charge distribution. For point charge, it is very easy. I did for spherical charge, shell of charge, then I did for solid sphere, then I did for line charge, then I did for sheet of charge. Right? Today, we will do potential. Again, this is only for entrance. Potential. shear due to ring of charge. Okay, so imagine I have a ring of charge and the total charge on the ring is, let's say, capital Q and radius is capital R. So I want to know what is potential at this point, which lies on the axis of the ring. Axis means if this is the ring, this is called axis. Okay, so the point where I want potential is always calculated at a point. So potential at this point if I want, then I am saying it is where on the axis of the ring at some distance, let us say x. Then how will I write potential now? Usually how we did other derivations, if you remember, we knew electric field, then we integrated. Here if you remember, the electric field formula is quite complicated. Some r square plus x square power 3 by 2, like that will come. So instead of doing using electric field, we will do it using the definition of potential due to point charge. So if you have a point charge at a distance r, what is the potential here? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. Yes or no, students? This is potential at point P. Okay, so we will use this definition. Now look here, this is a ring. This is a ring. So let me take a small part here. That part will have a small charge, let me say dq. Then this is so small that I can treat this like a point charge. Approximately I can take it like a point charge. So I am taking a very small part of the ring. Okay, students. So let us ask, what is the potential due to this dq at this point? Let us say this distance is small r. Then I can use this formula, because this is formula for point charge and I have taken a very small part of this ring. Correct? No? So what will be the formula? Potential here, let us say dv. dv matlab potential due to this dq charge. So it will be a small potential. So I am writing dv. So dv will be 1, I can use this formula, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, this dq divided by r. And this r I can write root over r square plus x square. So I can write root over r square plus x square. Yes or no? Small r you can write, this is your small r, this distance. Now to find total potential, students, when we did electric field, if you remember, we have to show direction also, remember, no? And then we took components. Here no need, because it is scalar quantity, it is very easy. So once you find the potential, now you integrate. So total potential will be integration of small potential. Constants you take outside, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is constant. Now as I go from this dq to this dq, then this dq, as I move along this ring, see, this integration means what? You have to find potential here due to this, then find here due to this, then find here due to this. Like that, you have to cover the whole ring. Now listen carefully. As I go from dq to this dq to this dq, as I move along the ring, do you think this r and this x will change? Think. When I come to this part, what will be radius? This only. What will be this x? This only. So r and x are also constant. So you can take that also outside. So what is left? Only integration of dq. And what will be integration of dq? The total charge. So potential due to a ring at a point, how far from the center? X will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught total charge divided by root over r square plus x square. Okay, please remember this formula. This is for ring. Now tell me, at the center of the ring, if I ask potential, what will be the answer? If this point was here, if this observation point was here, then what will be your x? 0, right? This x will be 0 if this point is here, because x represents the distance of the point from the center. So if the point is at the center itself, your x will be 0. So at the center of the ring, I should just put x equal to 0. Put here x equal to 0. What will you get? Potential at center. Let me write C. VC means potential at center due to a ring will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught total charge by simply the radius of the ring. What of the ring? Radius of the ring. Now students, think one smart question. Suppose I say this charge is not uniformly distributed. Suppose it is non-uniformly distributed. Like this. Non-uniformly. Non-uniform distribution. Total charge is Q. Here also it was Q. Here I have distributed uniformly. Here I distributed non-uniformly. What will be the potential? Will it be same or will it be different now? Think about this. It will be same only because this will be constant. No, distance is constant. Every dq will be at same distance from this point. Understanding or not? So this only we have to integrate. So if you integrate dq, you will get total charge. Whether it is uniformly distributed or non-uniformly distributed, it doesn't matter. So whether it is uniformly or non-uniformly, potential will be same. Same means like this. Okay students, sometimes they will say non-uniformly distributed in entrance exam, and students start thinking that, oh, it is non-uniformly distributed, so maybe potential will change because electric field will change. Usually, let me remind you of electric field. If there is uniform distribution of charge, then electric field at the center, if you remember, was 0, right? Because this charge will produce electric field away, this charge will produce away, right? And since this charge here and this charge here will be same, the electric field due to those two charges will be also same. And if two electric fields are same in magnitude, opposite in direction, total electric field will be 0 if it is uniformly distributed. But if it is non-uniformly distributed, like this, non-uniformly, then electric field will not be 0 now because here more charge is there. So more electric field will be this side than this side, right? This more charge will produce more electric field. Distance may be same, but here more charge is present. And since electric field is vector quantity, you have to first draw the arrows which represent the electric field. Then you have to think, will it add or will it subtract? So in this case, it will subtract, but it will not cancel. So electric field will not be 0 in this case. So please remember, in case of electric field, it matters. It matters whether the charge is uniformly distributed or non-uniformly distributed. But to find potential at this point or at center also it will be same. Because whether it is distributed uniformly or non-uniformly, total charge will be same only, no students. We are just adding the total charge. Potential is not a vector quantity where you have to draw arrows. Okay, so this is something I want you to remember for your entrance exam. Another one smart question, let me add. Suppose I give you a ring which is uniformly charged, but one side is positively charged, other side is negatively charged. Then what will be potential at the center? Can you guess quickly? Answer is 0. Because now this charge, when you integrate total charge, this much charge will be positive, this much charge will be equally negative because it is because it is uniform. So now potential at the center will be 0. Okay students, so keep this in mind. Okay. So having understood potential due to ring, let us do some learning exercise we will do later. Next topic in the EPL is potential energy of a dipole. So listen carefully now. So this is very important. Potential energy of electric dipole at angle, or let us write in uniform electric field. Sorry. So we will calculate potential energy of electric dipole in a uniform electric field. So diagram let me show. So let us say there is a uniform electric field. You know how to draw uniform electric field, right? Okay. Once we have drawn the electric field. Let me keep a dipole here, minus plus. So this is minus q, this is plus q, and this is the dipole moment vector. Dipole moment vector is from which charge to which charge? Minus q to plus q, p. And the p vector is how much in magnitude? Charge into distance between them. This distance is 2a. Let me write 2a here. Okay. Now, what is the angle between this dipole moment and electric field? This is the angle theta, right? Okay. Now, if you remember, this dipole will experience a torque. The torque which we already did was Pe sine theta. Correct? No? So now imagine this torque is trying to bring the dipole which way? This way, right? If you remember, if you leave the dipole will not stay there, because plus q will feel force along electric field, minus q will feel force opposite to electric field. So because of force here and here, it will experience a torque. So it will rotate like this. This is the formula for the torque. So it will rotate like this. Let us say I want to rotate it this way, slowly, but slowly, okay, from some angle theta 1 to some angle theta 2. Okay, let me explain here. So this is your electric field. This is your dipole vector, dipole moment vector from minus q to plus q. Let us say I start from angle theta 1, and I want to take the dipole here at angle theta 2. So I must do work against this torque, no, because this torque wants to bring it this way. I have to do work against the torque. And if you do work against the torque produced by the electric field, then there will be potential energy stored. Yes or no, students? When gravity, you know, gravity is pulling things down. So when you move things up against gravity, what do? You are doing work. So your work will be getting stored as potential energy. When you do work, you get tired, because the food items which you have eaten, that is also a form of energy. So that energy in the food, which is chemical energy, is converted into mechanical energy when you move something. And that energy goes from your chemical energy in the food to the gravitational potential energy of the duster if you are moving the duster. Right? And food got its energy from sunlight, you know, the photosynthesis process. So everywhere you see around the world, you will find processes, and every process is basically conversion of energy from one form to another form. So this torque is trying to rotate the dipole this way. I want to move the dipole against this torque slowly from this position to this position, from theta 1 to theta 2. So I want to calculate the work done. The work done to rotate the dipole. Okay, listen carefully. From theta equals to theta 1 to theta equals to theta 2 against the torque, of electric field. This torque is due to the electric field, remember. Understood? No? So how much work I will have to do? Integral torque d theta. Okay, now this formula from theta 1 to theta 2. So this formula is coming from first PU. Usually when you do work against force, then how do you write work done? Integral f dx. Yes or no, students? This is the formula for work done along x-axis. If I say, then you have to write dx. Understood? No? So now, in case of rotation, the role of force is played by what? Torque. And the role of linear displacement is played by what? Angular displacement. Okay, so this way you can try to remember the formula in a easy way. So this is work done against the torque. This is work done against a force. Okay, students, so try to remember this formula right now, because we know torque, no, so it is easy to use this torque directly. Why to find forces and then calculate the torque? Understood, students? So this is something very important. Try to remember this in first view. Again, if you have forgotten, you have to just message me. I will explain to you how this comes from here. Okay, or if I get some time later, I will explain how this comes from here. Okay, students, so come back here. So this is the work done. Let me mention here. to rotate the dipole from theta 1 to theta 2. Let me write this way. So that in exam, if they say from 30 degree to 60 degree, you will know theta 1 is 30 degree, theta 2 is 60 degree. Now let us substitute the torque which is acting PE sin theta into d theta from theta 1 to theta 2. Okay. So now I have to do the integration. Constants let me take outside. So if you take constants outside, we are assuming electric field is uniform. So you can take P and E outside. So as you rotate the dipole, theta is changing. No, this angle will change, right, students? So don't take sine theta also outside. That is not constant. So sine theta will be there. D theta from theta 1 to theta 2. So work done from theta 1 to theta 2 to rotate a dipole. Don't forget, okay? This sentence you should remember. In exam, there is no point remembering only the formula. You should know what the quantity means. So it is PE. What is integration of sine theta minus cos theta? How to remember? Very simple. Differentiation of cos theta is what? Minus sine theta. So integration of minus sine theta will be cos theta. Integration of minus sine theta will be cos theta. Which means integration of sine theta will be minus cos theta. Upper limit is theta 2, lower limit is theta 1. Substitute. So let us put upper limit minus cos theta 2 minus put lower limit minus cos theta 1. Right, students? This minus is from the formula. Okay, whenever you put upper limit in the function, then you have to put minus sign. Then you have to put lower limit in this function. So then finally I can write this as PE minus cos theta 2 minus minus plus cos theta. You can also write this as minus PE cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. So this is the work done to rotate a dipole from theta 1 to theta 2. Please memorize it. Now I want to know potential energy of dipole. So to find potential energy, already I think we have understood, we need to choose reference. You will say, sir, already we have chosen reference, we have chosen as infinity. But here we are rotating the dipole, no students. So we are not translating the dipole. We are not moving the dipole from somewhere to somewhere. So there's no point taking infinity as reference. First of all, reference you can choose anywhere you want. That freedom we have. Understood? No. So in this case, what we will do, potential energy of a dipole at angle theta to electric field. Matlab, here is your dipole vector, dipole moment vector, minus q is here, plus q is here, electric field is here. At this angle, students, I want to know what is the potential energy. I know it has potential energy because if I keep it here and if I leave it, what happens? It starts moving. So when something like that is there, it will always have potential energy stored. Yes or no? Take in the case of Arjun's arrow. So when you stretch the bow, that thread, there is energy stored, right? How do you know? Because if you leave it, that thing will move. So whatever energy is stored gets converted into kinetic energy. Similarly, you move this duster up and then you leave it. What happens? The potential energy gets converted to kinetic energy. Take a spring, stretch it. There is energy stored now because you have done work against the spring force. Then when you leave it, that potential energy gets converted to kinetic energy. Similarly, this dipole, if I keep at this position, it will have some energy stored. If I leave it, that energy stored will be converted as kinetic energy. It will be rotational kinetic energy, no doubt, but there will be kinetic energy, right, students? Okay. So for this, what we will do is, we will consider the reference of potential energy for dipole will be taken at 90 degree. Will be taken as how much? 90 degree we will take. And that makes sense also. Cos 90 is 0, you know that, right? So what we will do is, this is potential energy of dipole at angle theta. So this will be work done to rotate the dipole from 90 degree from reference to theta. Are you all understanding or not what I'm saying? See, suppose you want potential energy of this duster at some height. Then what we do? We start from reference and then we come to this point. Whatever work you do, that is stored as potential energy. That is your potential energy, I mean. Understanding? Okay. So you need to start from reference if you want potential energy at a certain position. So we want potential energy of this dipole at this position, at this angle. So we have chosen reference as 90 degree. Okay. So work done to rotate the dipole from this angle, from 90 degree to some angle theta. That is what we call potential energy at angle theta. That will be how much? That symbol will write U and we write theta here. Why theta here? Because it means potential energy of a dipole at angle theta. Potential energy at angle theta will be work done from 90 degree to theta. This already we have derived theta 1 to theta 2, right? So this is your 90 degree now for this case, and theta 2 is your 90. Okay, it's not visible, right? Okay. So the first angle is 90 degree, second angle is theta, right? So it will be minus PE cos theta 2 from theta 1 to theta. This is theta 1, this is theta 2. So cos theta minus cos theta 1. This is your theta 1, right? First angle. So 90 degree. Of course, 90 is 0. So potential energy of a dipole at angle theta will be minus PE cos theta. What is theta? As you can see in this diagram, angle between P bar and E bar. This is electric field vector. Correct now? So you can write this in dot product also now, because this is like AB cos theta. So AB cos theta we can write A bar dot B bar. So this is minus B bar dot E bar. So this is the formula, or you can say this for potential energy of a dipole at angle theta with respect to electric field. Now based on this, let us see some simple 1-mark questions. Let us take 3 configuration of dipole. 3 configuration. Okay, so the first configuration is dipole moment vector is parallel to electric field vector. Right? Matlab minus q is here, plus q is here. Then what is the angle between them? 0 degree, because they are in same direction. So what will be potential energy at this angle? Theta equal to 0 degree. What will be the potential energy? Minus PE cos of 0. Cos of 0 is 1. So minus PE. So this is the potential energy when the dipole is parallel to the electric field. Second configuration, dipole moment is here, electric field vector is here. The minus charge is here, plus charge is here. Now what is the angle between dipole moment vector and electric field vector? Now the angle is 90 degree. So what will be potential energy at theta equals to 90 degree? Put 90 degree here, cos 90 will be 0. It should be 0 because we have chosen the reference of potential energy as 90 degree. Then third case, when dipole moment vector is opposite to electric field, minus charge is here, plus charge is here. Then what is the angle between the two vectors? They are opposite vectors. So angle will be 180 degree. Put angle 180 degree. Cos 180 is minus 1. That minus 1 will make this minus plus. So potential energy at theta equal to 180 degree is plus P. Okay students, now if I ask you which one corresponds to minimum potential energy? Minimum. Some of you may think 0, but be careful. Minus PE is less than 0. So potential energy of a dipole is minimum when the dipole is aligned parallel to its electric field. So in case 1, in this case, potential energy of the dipole is minimum. Okay, so it is like saying, suppose you have a surface like this and you have a surface like this. if I keep a marble here and I keep a marble here, where is the potential energy minimum? Here it is minimum, no? This is gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy depends on height. So this has less height than this height, right? In this problem, this is the minimum height, this is the maximum height. So here potential energy is minimum. Minimum. Here potential energy is maximum. So you can see here potential energy is minimum, and if you remember, this configuration is called what kind of equilibrium? Stable equilibrium. So please remember, whenever potential energy is minimum, the equilibrium will be stable equilibrium. Stable equilibrium means if you rotate the dipole slightly like this and you leave it, it will come back. Okay, and here potential energy is maximum. So this corresponds to what equilibrium? Unstable equilibrium. Okay, so these few things you try to remember for your 1 mark. So they may ask you at what angle or in what kind of configuration the dipole is having minimum potential energy, which is also stable equilibrium. Then the answer is when the dipole moment vector is parallel to electric field vector. So let us see some learning exercise now. Learning exercise 2.5 you see. Learning exercise 2.5. So the first question says, if you read the question, the first question says, for which configuration of dipole in a uniform electric field is the dipole in stable equilibrium? Just now I told. So answer is when the dipole moment vector is parallel to electric field vector. Very easy. Next question you see. What is potential energy of dipole when it is aligned parallel to the direction of electric field? What is the torque at this position? Torque also they are asking. Question number 2. Question number 1 you understood, no? When P bar is parallel to E bar. Here parallel means in same direction, okay, not opposite. So this is the answer for the first question, but in words you have to write that. Dipole moment vector is in same direction as electric field. Second one, they are asking, what was the question? What is the potential energy of dipole when it is aligned parallel to the direction of electric field? So if dipole moment is parallel to electric field, you know theta is 0. So potential energy is minus Pe cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. And torque is what? Pe sin theta. No, so torque will be 0. All of you understood, because potential energy formula is minus Pe cos theta at some angle. And torque is Pe, this is cos theta, sorry. And this is Pe sin theta. So when they are parallel, torque will be 0, potential energy will be minimum. That is why it is called stable equilibrium. Third question is, what is the potential energy of dipole when it is aligned perpendicular to the direction of electric field? So when dipole moment is perpendicular to electric field, theta will be 90. So potential energy will be Pe cos 90 minus Pe cos 90 is 0. Torque will be Pe. Okay, torque will be Pe. Question number 4 you see. A electric dipole of length 2 centimeter. So there is a dipole minus q plus q. This length is given 2 centimeter. Okay, with its axis making an angle of 45 degree to uniform electric field. So electric field is uniform, which is given 10 to the power 5 Newton per Coulomb. And the angle between the dipole moment and electric field is 45 degree. It experiences a torque of 8 root 2 Newton meter. Calculate the magnitude of the charge on the dipole and potential energy of the dipole. So they want you to calculate the charge Q and potential energy of the dipole. So these two things they want. So let us see how to solve. You can solve yourself also, right? This is quite easy. So Actually, the dipole is not kept this way because the dipole is kept at 45 degree, right? So minus q is here, plus q is here. This dipole makes an angle of 45 degree with electric field they told. So torque they have given, na? So what is the formula for torque? Pe sine theta. Right, students? Okay. Now what is the torque? 8 root 2. P we don't know because uh, this distance was given, no? How much was the distance? 2 centimeter. Is it right? Yes, 2 centimeters. So distance between them, 2a, let us write. So this 2a is given as 2 centimeters. Okay, this length. If you write this L, then write L is 2 centimeter. Okay, don't worry about that. Now, what is the formula? P we will not, P we don't know because charge we don't know. P formula is what? Q into 2a, na? Distance between the two charges. E is given how much? E is 10 to the power 5. Angle is given 45. So if angle is 45, sine 45 will be 1 by root 2. Cross multiply. This will be 2, 16. 10 to the power 5 will come down. So it will be 10 to the power minus 5. So dipole moment is this much. Unit of dipole moment is coulomb meter. So this is dipole moment. Okay, please cross multiply and calculate. Now we know that dipole moment is q into distance between the two charges. Now 2a represents distance between the two charges. So charge will be what? P divided by 2a. P we found 16 into 10 to the power minus 5. 2a itself is given 2 centimeter, means 2 into 10 power minus 2 meter. In meter you convert, okay? So this will be 8 into 10 to the power minus 2 will go plus 2, minus 5 plus 2 will be minus 3 coulomb. So the charge is 8 into 10 power minus 3 coulomb, which you can also say 8 millicoulomb. Okay, students. Second part was to find potential energy at that angle. Potential energy at any angle is how much? Minus PE cos theta, right? Please remember the formulas. So P we found 16 into 10 to the power minus 5 here. P. Electric field is 10 to the power plus 5. Theta is 45 degree. So if you substitute 45 degree, you get 1 by root 2. So the minus 16 by root 2 joules. So that would be the answer. You can divide by 1.414 and check what will be the answer. So this completes the learning exercise 2.5. Let us see now exam corner 2.2. Some very good questions are there. Exam corner 2.2. So this kind of easy questions you can do provided you remember the formula. And I am doing each and every derivation by doing each and every steps in the middle. Wherever first PU knowledge is required, I am trying to revise also. And I am asking you if there is any doubt, let me know. So make sure you remember the formulae so that you can solve numerical problems and MCQs easily. See question number 1 from exam corner 2.2. Exam corner 2.2, question number 1. This is a conceptual question, okay, 1 mark question. Can the potential function have a maximum or minimum in free space? Let me write down. It's a very interesting question. This question you don't expect in board exam, but it is a very interesting question. You can expect in entrance exams. Can potential function be maximum or minimum in free space? So this is free space somewhere. Can potential be maximum or minimum, they are asking? And the answer is, students, no. Potential cannot have maximum or minimum. Let us think now why. Okay, so listen carefully. Okay, think here potential is minimum, no problem. Think it is minimum. At some point, potential is minimum, let us say. potential is minimum. Or if potential is minimum, potential energy of any charge will be also minimum. What is potential energy of a charge q? Q into v. If v is the potential at a point, then q into v is the potential energy of this charge at that point, okay, in the field of the source charge. Okay, come back to this now. If potential is minimum, then you know it must be in what equilibrium? Stable equilibrium. Stable equilibrium means what now? It means if you displace it this side, it should come back. If you displace it this side, it should come back. Who if you displace? Some charge, no? Yes or no? You cannot displace point, ma. Okay. So imagine here potential is minimum. If potential is minimum, that point will be your stable equilibrium position. That means no matter where I move the charge, in whatever direction I move the charge, it should come back. Now why will the charge come back? Why will this charge come back? Only if there are electric field direction this way, right? Electric field should be this way. Yes or no, students? If electric field is this way at that point, then if I put another test charge here, then if I displace it in any direction, it will come back. But they told what space? Free space. That means free space means if you draw a circle here, there is nothing inside. There should be nothing inside. Nothing inside. Understood? And if there is nothing inside, how can there be electric field lines like this? Because if there is electric field lines like this, there must be a negative source charge here. But they said in free space. So please remember, students, there cannot be any point in free space where potential has maximum or minimum. Now you may think, sir, you explained only for minimum. Here I say potential is minimum. That is why I say stable equilibrium. Stable equilibrium, if you displace it in any direction, the test charge, okay, not the source charge. If you displace the test charge in any direction, it should come back. But why it will come back? Because there are no source charges here. Understood? No? Okay. Similarly, think this is the point where potential is maximum. That means it corresponds to what equilibrium? Unstable equilibrium. That means if I put from my pocket, let me take out one charge. If I put it here, then it will be in equilibrium, no doubt. But since it is unstable equilibrium, if I displace it in any direction, it should go further away. In order to go further away, matlab if I displace the charge this side, it should go that side only. If I displace it this side, it should go that side only. That means there must be electric field lines like this. That means if you draw a surface here, there has to be some charge inside, no? Because there is a flux coming out. So there should be charge inside. But how will there be any source charge? Because there is free space here. Understood? So again, reason you don't have to remember. Just remember the answer is no. Basically, this explains that charges can never be in stable equilibrium or unstable equilibrium in free space. Okay, so keep this in mind. Let us see question number 2 now. No work is done in moving a charge over an equipotential surface. Why? Already we have explained. Equipotential surface means potential everywhere is constant. If potential is constant, potential difference will be how much? 0. And work done to move a charge from one point to another point is charge into potential difference. So if potential difference is 0, work done will be 0. We have already understood this before in one of the questions I have done, learning exercise. Let me not repeat. Question number 3. If a negative charge is shifted from a low potential region to a high potential region, how will the electric potential energy change? It's a very interesting question. A negative charge is shifted from low potential region to high potential region. So let us say this point has potential VA, this point has potential VB. Potential VA, let us say, is less. Okay, students? Now they are saying a negative charge is taken from here to here. Negative charge. They said negative charge, right? Yes. So if a negative charge is taken from here to here, what happens to its potential energy they are saying? What is the potential energy at A? Q into VA. But Q is negative, so we have to put minus sign because we are calculating potential energy. I have told you already, the potential energy is, if the charge is negative, while calculating potential or potential energy, you have to put the minus sign. So this is the potential energy of minus Q charge at this point. What about potential energy at this position? Minus Q into V. Now VA is less than VB. VA is less than VB, but minus sign is there. So UA will be greater than UB. That means as you go from here to here, potential energy will decrease. Potential energy will decrease because potential energy of the charge here is less. Understood, students? So what is the answer? Potential energy will decrease. Another thing, let me add here, okay, something very important. Listen to me carefully. A stable system, a system always wants to be stable, and therefore if you leave the system, it always wants to be stable. And how it becomes stable? By having least potential energy. If you remember chemical reactions also, they go forward in such a way that they minimize the energy, right? Kiran sir must have told you that a system always tries to minimize its energy. So the reactions will be spontaneous if it loses energy. Okay, students? So listen carefully here. Suppose I have high potential region here, high potential region. And here I have low potential region. Is it visible? This is high potential region. This is low potential region. Okay, so this is high potential region. This is low potential region. So imagine in the middle, I keep some positive charge. Now let me just add plus. So this positive charge here will have how much potential energy if it is positive charge? Q into V high, and here it will be have how much potential energy? Q into V low, right? Here potential, if I keep this charge here, what will be potential energy? Q into, let us say this is A, this is B. And Q into VA. Here what will be potential energy? Q into VB. Yes or no, students? So this is UA, this is UB. Now this time your Q is positive, not like this problem. So I said this is high potential region. So if this is high and Q is positive, then this will be a higher positive number. That means potential energy of this Q charge will be more here. So if you leave it by itself, it will always go that side. Why it will always go that side? Because it wants to have less potential energy. So positive charge will always move from higher potential to lower potential if it is left to itself. Another way to understand is what? If you remember, I used to tell you electric field is from where to where? Higher potential to lower potential. And if you keep positive charge like this alone, then that positive charge will feel force in the direction of electric field. So it will always run from higher potential to lower potential if it is positive charge. Now listen carefully. The same thing if I do for negative charge. Suppose I keep here a negative charge. Now for negative charge, students, this Q will be minus. This number is more, I know. Potential here is more. This is high potential. So this number will be more than this number. But Q is negative for this. So if Q is negative, even if this number is more, minus more is actually less, I have told you. So potential energy here is less, here is more. So if you leave the negative charge, it will always run from which potential to which potential? Low potential to high potential. And again, it is very easy to understand if you think of electric field. I have told you numerous times that negative charge feels force opposite to electric field. And electric field is always from higher potential to lower potential. So keep these things in mind, and let me make a note here. Positive charge moves from higher potential to lower potential. V is the symbol for potential, right? Similarly, negative charge moves from low potential to high potential. That's why, if you remember your school days, if you have some wire and you connect a battery, the longer line of the battery means high potential, if you remember. Negative, the shorter line means low potential. Negative potential means low potential. Electrons in this wire are what charge? Electrons in this wire are negative charge. And negative charge moves from where to where, I told. When you leave them freely, they move from where to where? Low potential to high potential. So negative charges will run this way in the circuit. Okay, so this is something you know from school days also. Electrons will move this way. Current, I know we show this way, but that we will discuss in next chapter, which is current electricity. So I hope all of you understood. So be very careful whether the Q, the charge which is moving, is positive or negative. That will decide the potential energy sign, remember. If, of course, see, if this is positive and this is positive, this will be positive. But if this is positive and this is negative, this will be negative. And keep in mind, -2 is greater than -5. Something very important. Okay, students? Fine. So something very important we have learned today. Let us now see the question number. How much is the number now? Question number 4, you see. A positive charge is released from rest in an electric field. What happens to its potential energy? If you leave it, then it will always run from where to where, I told, from higher potential energy to lower potential energy, right? So answer is a positive charge left to itself. What happens to its potential energy? Potential energy will decrease. That's why kinetic energy will increase. So the answer is potential energy will decrease. So answer for 4 is potential energy will decrease. Okay, so imagine electric field is this way. And if positive charge is left like this, it will go by itself from, this is higher potential, no? This is higher potential. This is lower potential. Already I have told you, electric field is from higher potential to lower potential. So positive charge will go this way. Okay, so its potential energy will decrease as it moves. Therefore, if they ask kinetic energy, it will increase. What if you put negative charge? Now negative charge will move from low potential to high potential. Negative charge will move from low potential to high potential. That doesn't mean potential energy is increasing. Potential energy is still decreasing, because this will be, you understood, no? Potential energy, suppose this was negative. Suppose it was negative charge. This is V high. This is V low. See, I don't want you to have any confusion. That's why I'm taking time to explain. If this is high, this is low, potential, this is high, this is low, so electric field is from higher potential to lower potential. Now negative charge will move from low potential to high potential, or you can say opposite to electric field. So what is happening to its potential energy here, if I ask? Here also potential energy is decreasing only, students, because this is higher, but potential energy is what? Minus Q into V high, no? So see, this is minus, potential energy will be low here, if it is minus charge is moving. And here potential energy will be high, minus Q into V low. Again and again I am telling you, minus bigger number is actually smaller number. Similarly here no problem. Here potential energy will be Q into V. Q is positive, so if this is high, this will be also high. So basically everything tries to go from higher potential energy to lower potential energy. Okay, but in order for electrons to have lower potential energy, they must move from low potential to high potential. Okay, students, rewind this, see carefully 5-6 times and remember all these things. Let us see the next question. Question number 5, last question. If a positive charge moves from higher potential to lower potential, will it gain or lose kinetic energy? I think that we have discussed, no? So if it moves from higher potential to lower potential, positive charge, then potential energy will decrease, so kinetic energy will increase. So answer is it will gain kinetic energy. It will gain kinetic energy. So this is the answer of question number 5. Because same question they have asked. Okay, students. So please remember this. Let us now do entrance corner 2.2. entrance corner 2.2. Please revise this part. Okay, I don't want any confusion. That's why I am explaining this slowly also and more number of times. Entrance corner 2.2. Question number 1 you see. Consider the situation. The work done in taking a point charge from P to A. First let me draw a diagram. There is a charge Q sitting here. There is a semicircle here. Let me draw first the circle properly. Okay. So let us say this is the circle. They have only shown semicircle. So here there is a charge Q. The radius is R. This is also R. The radius means it will be R everywhere, right? This is A. This is B. This is C. And this is some point P. So they are saying work done in taking a point charge from P to A. From P to A, when you take another charge, the work done is WA. From P to B is WB, and P to C, from P to C, if you move the same charge, work done is WC. What is the relation between these three? Which is more, which is less, they are asking. Okay, let us go back. What is the formula for work done? Charge that you are moving from A, let us say from 1 to 2, let me write this time. So if you move a charge Q from 1 to 2, what is the formula for work done? Q into V2 minus V1. Now in each case you are moving the same charge and you are moving from same point to sometimes A, sometimes B, sometimes C. So initial point is common. So sometimes it will be, so from P to A, how will you write? Q into VA minus VP. Similarly from P to B, how will you write? Q into VB minus VP. Then from P to C, how will you write? Q into VC minus VP. Now same charge you are moving, let us say Q naught, because Q they are using for the source charge. Now look carefully. This part is same. This part is same. VA, VB, VC are what? Potential at A, B and C due to this charge. But you know that this is equipotential surface because this is point charge. So for point charge, what kind of surface is equipotential surface? Spherical. So all these points lie on this sphere, right? So all these points VA, VB, VC must be equipotential points. So if these three are also same, this work done must be same. So work done from P to A, P to B, P to C will be equal. So which is the right answer? Option C. Okay students, so that is because these 3 points, though they are different points in space, they lie on what surface? Equipotential surface, meaning they must have same potential. And starting point was common for all the charge, for all the work done. Let us see question number 2. What is the work done in moving a 2 microcoulomb point charge from corner A to corner B of a square ABCD as shown in the figure, when a 10 microcoulomb exists at the center of the square? So though there is no figure, we can draw ourselves also. So at the center there is a 10 microcoulomb charge. That is your obviously the source charge. They are asking what is the work done to move 2 microcoulomb charge. So that is your Q naught, which we are moving. From where to where? From corner A to corner B. Take any two corner your wish. Let's say these two corner. You can try for these two also, it will be same. So you are moving the charge from this point to this point. Q charge. Sorry, Q naught. Let us call this is your source charge. Okay students, we have done so many numericals already, so please remember. Okay, so work done from A to B will be what? Again, to move this charge will be VB minus VA. Who will produce potential at B and A? This source charge. Now look here, this distance is same as this distance. So if distance is same, potential at B and A will be same. That means potential difference will be 0. So work done from A to B will be 0. Okay students, a very simple question. Let's see the next question. In hydrogen atom, according to Bohr's theory, which I will be doing much later. In chemistry you have done in first PU I think, but we will be doing in physics much later. Okay, it is I think the 12th chapter I think. Okay. Question number 3 you see. In hydrogen atom, according to Bohr's theory, an electron revolves around a proton. If the radius of the orbit is 0.5 angstrom, what is the electrostatic potential energy of the electron-proton system? Simple problem. Since it is one is proton and other one is electron, this is at some distance r, right? So potential energy of this pair, how to write? Formula we know, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r. What is the value of this? 9 into 10 power 9. One of the charge is proton. What is the charge of proton? 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Other charge is what? Electron. What is the charge of electron? Minus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Again and again I am saying, when you calculate potential or potential energy, if charges are negative, you have to write negative sign. When you write forces and electric field, that time negative sign is not important because you are calculating just the magnitude. Negative sign will tell you the direction, whether it will be towards or away. But here you have to remember the magnitude itself is negative. And what is this distance between the charges? It is the radius of the orbit, which they told 0.5 angstrom, means 10 to the power minus 10. Right students? Okay. So if you do this calculation, you will get an option which is close to, let me see how much I got, 46 approximately you will get into 10 power minus 19 joules. Question number 4 you see. 4-point charges plus Q are placed at the corners of a square of side length L. So length of the side is L. What is the electrostatic potential energy of the system? Already we have done 4 pairs will be there with distance L and 2 pairs will be diagonal. That will be root 2L. So you can do it. I have already done it in the previous video. Question number 5 you see. A positively charged particle is released from rest in a uniform electric field. The electric potential energy of the charge remains constant. No. Increases because the charge moves along the electric field. Decreases because the charge moves along the electric field. You know, it runs from higher potential to lower potential. And that time its potential energy will decrease because positive charge is running from higher potential to lower potential. So option C. Already we have discussed this also. Let's solve question number 6 now. An electron is released from rest in an electric field. It moves, so it is released. So there is a electric field like this, uniform electric field, let us assume. An electron is released. Then where it will go, this way or that way? Electron has what charge? Negative charge. So the charge which is moving is electron, minus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. So this charge will always move opposite to electric field, you already know, right? So electron will move this way. So it is moving from, they told, 0 volt to which, how much volt? 0 volt to 10 volt. So they are asking what is the change in kinetic energy. So in this problem, first you make a note, there are no other forces. External forces are not there. Pankaj sir is not taking the electron. It is going by itself under the action of which force? Electrostatic force. Because if electric field is here, force on the electron, which is negative charge, will be this side. So this will be your force. So it will accelerate. Okay. So, but they have given you potential. So let us say this point is A, this point is B, and potential of those points are given. So what we will do, we will simply use conservation of mechanical energy. So conservation of mechanical energy. Why we can use this? Because there are no external forces besides electrostatic forces. And if there are only electrostatic forces or gravitational forces, then we can use conservation of mechanical energy, which says kinetic energy plus potential energy should remain conserved, should remain constant. So when the electron goes from point A to point B, kinetic energy at A plus potential energy at A must be same as kinetic energy at B plus potential energy at B. Very useful result. Try to remember later in while solving more MCQs, we will be using this formula. So potential energy, how can I write? The charge which is moving into potential at A, and similarly here the charge which is moving into potential at B. Right, students? So they want to know what is the increase in kinetic energy. So this is, take K at this side, this will come this side. So it will be Q into, right? I took this side, this will come here. V A minus. Okay, students, everything is clear. Now, if kinetic energy is increasing, then it is very clear when it reaches here, it should have more kinetic energy. That is the meaning of kinetic energy is increasing. Final kinetic energy should be more. No, if your marks are increasing, then it means your marks tomorrow should be more than yesterday. I mean, your marks in the next test should be more than previous test, right? So kinetic energy here should be more. So this should come positive if kinetic energy is increasing. Let us check. So the increase in kinetic energy will be charge which is moving. Be careful with the sign. Okay, so charge which is moving is minus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. VA, potential at A is 0. Potential at B is 10. So this will be minus will be plus. So 1.6 into 10 power minus 18 joules. So you can see kinetic energy increases by this much. Okay, so which is the right option? Option C. Question number 7, the last question of this. Figure shows some equipotential lines distributed in space. A charged object is moved from A to B. Then they are asking in the option, work done in figure 1 is greatest, work done in figure 2 is greatest, like that. So they are moving a charge from one point to another point for two figures. They are asking in which case work done is maximum or minimum or zero, like that. Okay, I mean work done is same. So first what you should do is remember the formula for work done when you move a charge. So when a charge is moved from point A to B by some external agency, then the work done is Q into VB minus VA. So now let us see the points which are mentioned. So I want all of you to have this material. Okay, so if you see there are three figures in the question. If you see the first figure, the potential of point A, those lines are representing equipotential lines. Okay, so every point on a line will be at same potential. So for first figure, if you observe carefully, point A is in this line, point B is in this line. This is 20 volt, this is 40 volt. Then in figure 2, point A is in the first line, which is 10 volt. Point A is in the second line, which is 20 volt. Point B is in the first, second, third, fourth line, which has 50 volt. No, 40 volt. Here they have mentioned. Similarly, for the third figure, this figure 1, figure 2, for third figure, point A, if you observe carefully, is 20 volt and point B is 40 volt. So unnecessary, I am drawing so much, because if you observe the point, the distance, I don't care about distance, students. Once I know the charge which is moving and I know the potential difference, I can calculate the work done. So you can see here the potential difference is how much? 40 minus 20. Here potential difference is how much? 40 minus 20. Here potential difference is how much? 40 minus 20. So in all these cases, potential difference is same, and same charge you are moving from point A to B, point A to B, point A to B in each case. So work done will be same in all the cases. So which is the right option? Option C. Work done is same in each figure. This is actually from NCERT exemplar textbook. Okay, students. So this completes entrance corner 2.2. Next video we will be starting electrostatics of conductor. Electrostatics of conductor. Very very important chapter, topic, not chapter, topic, and it will be very useful for solving many questions. Okay, before I end this video, let me just go back and revise today's class. Okay, students, because I don't want any confusion. See here, for a ring, potential at a distance x, when the charge on the ring is q, radius of the ring is r. Here potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by root over r square plus x square. This was your that distance. And to find this, I took this whole ring as made up of small charges, and for each charge I calculated the potential, then I integrate. And this formula doesn't care whether the charge is uniformly distributed or non-uniformly distributed. Then I told you, very important, work done from A to B to move any charge q naught from A to B, okay, against the electric field. Against the electric field means what? Somebody is doing it, no? So this is always work done by external agency. That is q naught VB minus VA. If you think carefully, this into VB is the potential energy at B, this into VA is potential energy at A of this charge. So if you subtract the potential energy, then also you can calculate the work done. Then I told you that if you keep a dipole at some angle theta in electric field, the work done to rotate the dipole from angle theta 1 to angle theta 2 is minus PE cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. Okay, so for example, suppose I say there is a dipole which is aligned parallel to electric field. Okay, so why don't we do that problem? There is a dipole which is aligned parallel to electric field. So there is a dipole which is parallel to electric field. I want to bring the dipole like this. From here to here, I want to rotate the dipole from this position to this position. How much work will be done? So here, what is the angle? 0 degree. So from 0 degree to 180 degree, I am trying to move. So work done from this formula will be minus PE cos of theta 2, the final angle. Final angle is 180 minus cos of 0. This is minus 1, this is minus 1. So minus 1 will be minus 2, minus will be plus 2. So this will be the work done. So like this, no simple questions you should be able to do. Then to find potential energy at angle theta. So if you want potential energy at any position, you have to start from reference. What angle we have chosen reference for dipole? 90 degree. So this is basically work done to rotate the dipole from 90 degree to angle theta by some external agency, whatever it is. Okay, students. So that potential energy is equal to, put this form, put this angles. 90 degree is theta 1. So 90 degree should go here. Theta should go here. Then you will get minus PE cos theta. And this will be minimum when theta is 0. Because minus PE is less than 0 also. Negative number will be less than 0, remember. Okay. Then I told you two final things, very important. If this is a region of high potential and this is a region of low potential, positive charges, when you leave them free, You should not see, if you apply force, you can do whatever you want. But if you leave it freely, then positive charges will always run from higher potential to lower potential. Why? That way, if they go, their potential energy will decrease. And every stable system wants to have less potential energy. If I drop you, you will fall down. That is because you want to have less potential energy. And negative charge, if I leave, it will run from low potential to high potential, because that is how its potential energy will decrease. Okay students, so keep this in mind. See you next class.